This is a 15-minute, 10-second increment rapid game on lead chess. I feel like I played okay since I don't think I made any huge blunders. But I feel like my play was pretty sloppy and could have been punished by a competent opponent. I could also use some pointers on the basics of replying to the Slav defense as white. Thank you. So their lead chess ratings, white is 1419 and black is 1359. And again, the time control is 1510. So white is our hero. Good spelling of von Bartoleben. Okay. So played a Slav. Bishop g5 isn't very common. The most common moves are knight f3 and e3. But bishop g5 is played occasionally. Yeah, knight bd7 is not very good. Black should play d takes e4, c4, or knight e4. Queen c7's a very bad square for the queen in the Slav because typically the c file is open or half open. And then when a rook comes here, the queen is misplaced. Also, occasionally, white will get the bishop on this diagonal with either e3, bishop f4, or bishop h4 to g3. And black wants to develop the bishop and get castled. And he already blocks both of his bishops. Okay, and e5 is quite bad because it loses a pawn. So this knight defends this pawn, and this knight defends this pawn. So if we just take the knight, then we win a pawn because the pawn on d5 isn't sufficiently defended. And if black takes with the knight, then the e5 pawn isn't sufficiently defended. So e5 is a big mistake. White's winning after bishop f6, and white has a big advantage by just taking on e5. Okay, so white played the correct move. Okay, in this position, this pawn's attacked twice, and it's defended once. So the winning move is c takes d5, winning a pawn, and black still has a sort of ruined pawn structure here. So bishop e2 lets black back in the game. Knight c4 is a little risky. Knight might get trapped. Knight a3 is a little risky. And now white's threatening b4, which I think would win. In this position, white could simply take the knight and then take with the bishop, and white's up a pawn, and black has a bad pawn structure. White would be winning. Knight h4, that's not a good square for the knight, but it's also still winning. King takes d7. Better would be queen takes d7, because king takes d7 is terrible. So white's up a pawn and has a better structure. And well, I was going to say a safer king, but he played f4. f4, not a move I would consider, but the engine says it's fine. I don't understand why it's fine, but okay. Okay, and these are lead chess ratings, so it's likely neither side knows the en passant rule. So that's why white played f4, doesn't know en passant, and black doesn't know en passant. And that's why they play on lead chess. So instead, black moved a square that the bishop is attacked. So I guess if neither player knows en passant, then f4 is actually the best move. Because the bishop's trapped on g5. Okay, so instead of capturing the bishop, white attacked the bishop again which is funny because the bishop's trapped. So g3 wins a piece too. Now, white's up a lot of material. Yeah, typically you wouldn't let black play rook takes g3, so you play something like rook g1. But luckily, white can play rook g1 here, and that's fine. Okay, and that just hangs mate on the back rank, so that's... I mean, white's winning anyway. White's up a piece and has a winning position, but this move just hangs checkmate. And then black resigned. So white clearly played better than black that game. White seems like a much stronger player. And my recommendation is for the players to learn en passant. I think they're high rated enough where they could understand en passant. Maybe. I mean, maybe not, but it's possible. I think once you learn en passant, you can play on chess.com instead of Lee Chess. Yeah, don't type in other languages in the chat. Just English. No Sputnik. Queen h8 was a good move. White made several good moves that game. Very suspicious.